In the era of the Great Crusade, when humanity strove for endless perfection, the Third Legion, the children of the Emperor, set foot on the planet Retarius, a world tainted by the hideous, perverted flesh of Xenos, whose repulsive outlines and chaotic forms challenged the very order. The legionaries, created as living embodiments of the ideal, marched into battle with unshakable confidence, their impeccably polished armor gleaming as if reflecting the Emperor's sacred light. Through dense jungles and ominous ruins, they carried within themselves an eternal quest for perfection. Every movement was measured as precisely as the ticking of a clock, and every sword strike was a manifestation of discipline, courage, and unwavering faith. When the Xenos emerged from the dark overgrowth, beings deformed by time and nature, their perverted, formless outlines epitomizing chaos and filth, the battle erupted with terrifying speed. Whirlwinds of lasfire, the roar of shattered machines, and the cries of the dying merged into a single tapestry of chaos. Yet amid this fury, the children of the Emperor maintained their inner harmony. Their hearts beat in sync with the symphony of war, and even amidst the spilled blood, hope burned along with a sacred sense of duty. At the height of the battle, when the enemy's lines seemed insurmountable, the moment of truth arrived, a duel destined to forever imprint the ideals of the children of the Emperor against the abomination of the Xenos. On the front line, amid fire and blood, stood Lieutenant Altuarius, the embodiment of unwavering perfection. Opposite him emerged a monstrosity, a creature with twisted limbs and perverted features, epitomizing all that was repulsive and chaotic. The duel began as a dance of death. Every swing of Altuarius's sword reflected centuries of discipline and valor, while the enemy's clumsy, chaotic strikes only underscored the grotesqueness of its being. In every clash of blades, ideals and the dark facets of chaos confronted one another. When it seemed that the outcome of the duel was predetermined, a majestic voice echoed across the battlefield. From afar, like a beacon on a grim horizon, appeared Fulgrim, the Primarch, whose distant presence inspired awe. His sacred words resounded, "Children of the Emperor, continue the fight. Cleanse this world of filth, for within your hearts burns true perfection." These words penetrated the very depths of the warriors' souls, imbuing them with renewed strength and resolve. Under Fulgrim's guidance, Altuarius intensified his assaults, and at the climax of the duel, his sword, sparkling in the fiery light, ruthlessly cleaved the perverted flesh of his foe, symbolizing the triumph of order over chaos. After the decisive strike, the duel fell silent, but the battle raged on. The wounded Xenos retreated, and the children of the Emperor, inspired by Fulgrim's orders, reformed their lines. A fleeting silence settled over the battlefield, filled with the echoes of distant skirmishes, as if nature itself had held its breath. In that stillness, every legionary felt an unquenchable thirst to cleanse the world. Altuarius, blood-stained and spent, stood, realizing that victory over filth was only the first step on the path to eternal perfection. His gaze, fixed on the horizon, searched for the next phase of the battle, knowing that many trials still lay ahead. Meanwhile, Fulgrim, from his majestic distance, continued to send sacred commands, reminding, "Your duty is not finished, children of the Emperor. In each of you burns a light capable of dispelling the darkness of chaos." These words echoed across the battlefield, uniting all legionaries in a singular drive to purify the world. With renewed determination and unparalleled valor, they once again charged into the fray, understanding that every drop of blood, every wound, and every victory was a step toward creating a new, perfect order, one in which the Emperor's ideals would prevail over chaos, and humanity would be reborn from the ashes of war. In the blazing inferno of battle, as the echoes of Fulgrim's sacred orders still resonated in the hearts of the legionaries, Altuarius led his squad deeper into hostile lands. Through the dense fog of ruined structures and ominous shadows, every drop of blood and every clash of metal became a hymn to their eternal duty. The children of the Emperor, bearing within them the radiance of the ideal, advanced as living embodiments of sacred purification, each movement measured with precision, each sword strike a manifestation of ancient discipline and unwavering faith. The sounds of battle commands merged with echoes of old hymns, reminding all that even in the most treacherous darkness, the light of the ideal cannot be extinguished. When the enemy, weakened and exhausted by relentless blows, attempted to muster its remaining strength in a furious counterattack, the Legion encountered a new horror. From the depths of hostile positions emerged a creature that even ancient legends could not describe. A colossal Xenos, whose visage embodied pure repulsion and chaos. Its ferocity and untamed power challenged every doctrine of the children of the Emperor. In that decisive moment, Altuarius once again entered into a duel, but now his opponent was no ordinary foe. It was the very embodiment of destruction. Every strike of his sword reflected centuries of discipline. Every parry became a symbol of the struggle for light amid the mists of darkness. The battle turned into a trial of fate, where every second determined who would stand and who would be crushed. After the dreadful foe fell, a fleeting silence descended, as if the universe itself had paused in anticipation of the next move. The legionaries, bleeding yet unbroken in spirit, regrouped to continue their sacred mission. Altuarius, standing amidst the ruins of a shattered city, lifted his gaze toward the horizon where the light of the future was beginning to shimmer. From afar, Fulgrim the Primarch issued one final decisive command. Rise, children of the Emperor, for every drop of your blood is a brick in the foundation of a new order. These words, like a life-giving elixir, reignited the fire in the warriors' hearts. With renewed determination, they charged back into battle, and in every movement, in every sword stroke, resounded the belief in perfection and the triumph of order over chaos. In that moment, merging with the roar of battle, the Legion ascended to new heights, forever sealing their fate as heralds of a new, enlightened world.